Exeter today, well, more importantly, Exeter Quay. What a beautiful place to visit on such a sunny day as it is today. So Deb, what are we going to have a look at today?
Well, it's such a beautiful day, so aren't we lucky? We're going to start off on this side of the quay and then we will cross over the bridge. We will have a stop at the Customs House, which is one of the oldest buildings in the quay and quite a famous building. Then we'll take a stroll along a couple of the restaurants that are along this way, and also there's some really quirky, quaint little shops that are built in what almost look like caves. So we'll have a little look in them. Then we'll take a stroll along the riverbank to the weir. We'll come to the weir at that point.
Yeah, that was built in, started in the 1500s or something, wasn't it? Can't remember now. Maybe we'll put the date on.
And then just past the weir, there's a suspension bridge, which we will walk across, and then we will make our way back up the other side of the canal and come to a small brewery that is quite well known in the area, and a little sort of piazza area where on a day like today, it's beautiful for people to come and sit and have some coffee and cake or something to eat, a spot of lunch. And then we'll finish off probably with a clip of the climbing centre, which is called Clip and Climb. So
Yeah. So it's the opposite. It's the opposite side of the quay that we'll end up on, which will be great fun. So why not join us? If you like these kind of videos, please click the bell, and why not subscribe to see more of these? We look forward to you joining us on this adventure today of walking around the quays.
yes, and let us know what is your favourite place in the quay? Where do you like to pop along to and maybe have a coffee or even a beer?
Yeah, or even any other videos you'd like us to make.
So here's the Quayside Cafe, and I've heard some really good things about this place. I think you can get some delicious ice creams and puddings and snacks. And it's just before the bridge that we're going to cross over. So this is our first bridge that we're going to cross over to the other side of the riverbank.
We've definitely chosen a great day today.
Yes, look at that river. It's just so beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
And what's great about this walk is it's really flat. So any abilities can do it.
Yeah, we see a lot of young mums with their kids, be it babies or toddlers, in the area, and a lot of elderly, because it is such a lovely walk, and it's, as you say, Deb, very flat walk, isn't it?
Completely flat. Yes, it's perfect. So here we are, just outside three really nice places to eat. I've been in all three and I had nice food in all of them. So you can pick and choose really, have a look at the menu, see what takes your fancy. The Custom House was built in 1680 in response to the increasing trade scene at Exeter Quay, particularly of the woollen cloth industry. Though the quay had existed since Roman times, the construction of the Exeter Ship Canal in 1564 led to a considerable increase in trade. The Custom House was built by a man called Richard Allen for a cost of £3,000. And it still stands today, looking as beautiful as ever.
It is stunning, isn't it? It's a lovely building.
Gorgeous.
These pair of cannons were actually cast in Scotland for the Russian Empire, and the Russians basically didn't pay. So customs kept them, and they are a nice trophy sitting at the front of the customs house, which were to be delivered to Russia from this port. These two cannons are just being moved from the customs house down to the east quay side of Exeter Quay, which is the basin. which we will be going down to towards the end of this video. So we shall show you roughly where we think they're going.
So now we're on the other side of the quay. As you can see, we're walking along and there's a lovely Riverside cafe there. Plenty of places to stop and have a rest, a drink, something to eat. Lots of students about today, which is quite common during the week. And then to our left, there's a couple of eating establishments. One of them, there's quite famous pizzas, and they're called dustbin lids.
That's the Waterfront, isn't it? Which is the one with the blue, is it blue canopies
Yes,
out
the
the
blue
front?
canopies out the front. And they do dustbin lid pizzas, basically a pizza the size of a dustbin lid.
And yes, I have eaten one.
And
As you can see by my waistline.
And you actually managed to eat it all.
I did, yes. Which was lovely. Definitely worth popping in for the pizza.
Yeah, what I would recommend is booking though, because it gets really busy,
Yes.
especially on pleasant days like today, weekends and evenings.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful water glistening.
Yes. As you can see, it's a very popular site. This is midweek, and we've got a lot of school kids down here, obviously on a day out, and people enjoying the wonderful weather, having a beer or two. And there's a couple of little shops along here. We've popped into these before, haven't we, Deb?
Yeah, some nice little quirky things in there. Maybe we'll pop into one or two.
Okay. It's more sole traders, isn't it? It's little one-man bands.
Yes, very small businesses.
Small businesses, little units that are in the side of the, it looks like the side of the hill here.
I'm guessing these would have been old warehouses, I suppose, back in the day.
Yes, I think they would have been for storage at the port, as a guess.
Let's go and pop into Spangles. Looks like an interesting shop.
What a lovely little shop.
Lovely trinkets. The fire trees. This looks interesting. Look at these. Aren't they stunning? Very
Different.
unusual. Yes, look. Oh, we have to go in. Look at this one. They definitely look handmade, don't they?
They do.
And the detail in this. Voltage, made using voltage electricity. How clever.
Stunning, aren't they?
Yes.
And look at this, Deb. Bread of heaven.
Bread of heaven. Well, obviously being a Welsh girl, that's a very famous Welsh song, that is. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more.
Wow.
I like that. Hello.
Good morning. You're right, yeah?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good as well. Thank
We
you.
love this little shop. I was just interested to know. Looks like you make a lot of it on site.
Yeah, quite a bit of it's made on site, and we've got an even bigger workshop at home as well.
Wow.
So we've doubled up just in case we want to do some things here.
Yeah.
Get most of it done.
And how long have you been here?
So we've taken over the shop from within the family. Say it's about COVID time, so 5 years ago roughly.
Oh.
But the shop has been doing similar work in my uncle's ownership, basically. Funny enough, we've got one last piece, the mirror up there called Winterwood. That was what it's originally called.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's been doing this in here for probably 15 more years before we took it over. So it's at least been doing woodwork for, say, 20 years or something now.
Yeah, lovely.
Oh, it's lovely.
What an unusual shop to find.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, not a problem at all.
And
Right?
what's your name?
My name's Tristan.
Hi, Tristan. I'm Patrick. This is Debbie.
Maybe we'll put a link to your shop on our video if that's okay.
Definitely do so, right?
Perfect.
And you picked a good day for it. So
Yes, it's
got
gorgeous.
the weather out for once.
Excellent.
Yes,
Right, we'll
lovely.
leave you to it. And if you don't mind, we'll carry on filming the shop.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free, all right?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, all right?
Cheers, Tristan.
Not a problem.
They're so unusual, aren't they? I've never seen anything like it.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah, that's our motto, isn't it?
It's definitely our motto. So here we have a little ferry that goes across from this side across to the other side of the quay. And I think it's about 80 pence per person. So if you don't want to walk round, you can always catch the ferry.
What a quirky little feature.
How lovely. There's a little pub, the Port Royal, as you're walking up towards the weir and the entrance to the canal, which is over there. During the summer, this is just rammed, absolutely rammed with punters. Shame it's not open yet. Maybe it's seasonal. And this is about, I don't know, 5 minutes walk from the quay up towards the weir.
Look at this cute bridge. This is very pretty. And just at the weir. Oh, and I spot a swan and a swan's nest just up here on the left. Thank you. No, thank you. That is some nest. Look at the size of it. I wonder how many eggs she's got under there. She's got a perfect spot there in the middle. You'll often see lots of swans along this river, don't you, in the quay. It's lovely to see one nesting. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear the sound of that weir, but it sounds really powerful to me, and it looks quite powerful. And look at all of the beautiful wildlife enjoying it, taking a dip. It's quite hot today. I wouldn't mind a dip myself, actually.
The river running down from the weir to Trews suspension bridge. Here we are at Trews Suspension Bridge, which is for bicycles and pedestrians.
Does it actually move when you stand on it?
Yes, a suspension bridge, so
Yeah.
yes, it moves. And it was built in 1935.
Wow.
So it's done well.
Yeah, and look at the view up to the weir from the bridge. And the
All the
quay
way
beyond.
to the quay beyond, yes. How lovely. And the sound, hopefully, you can hear the sound of the weir. Someone's seat down there, back of their house. Lovely place to sit and snooze the afternoon away. Then the river continues all the way to Topsham, and then it goes into the estuary and out to sea.
You can't beat a riverside walk, can you? It's so calming.
Stunning, isn't it?
Mm.
I don't know if you can hear all the birds tweeting away. And here we have an area where the water overflows if there's any flooding. As you can see, this is all wetland. And the water board built and run this overflow, this flood overflow area. One thing with this area is absolutely an outdoor leisure area. The cyclists, pedestrians, everywhere.
So as you can see on the left, lots of people enjoying the water today. The little canoe, a little wooden boat as well. And
I
there's
think that's called a Canadian canoe, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you know more than me.
It's only a guess.
Excuse me.
Please tell us if we're wrong in the comments.
Yes. But yes, there's a few places along here that you can hire all kinds of equipment. Paddle boards, canoes, kayaks, and even bikes. So if you fancied a bike ride and you don't have your own, you could just hire one.
Sounds good to me. So basically, what we're finding is that the Exeter Quay is full of activity, from the active life to just sit there and have a pint. Life.
Yes, there's plenty of people that just come and do that.
Yes. So, like us, a gentle walk. Some people run because it's so flat and it's a lovely area to walk and run. Some people cycle. And then you get the mums. The mums love it, as you can see, taking their little ones out on a beautiful summer's day. Here we are at the Quay Basin, where there's workshops and places for people to moor their boats. Now, if you wanted to go up the quay and then up the canal, which takes you out to sea past Topsham estuary, you have to go through the lock. And there's many locks. There's a couple of locks along the canal, but this is the first one. This is the first lock that separates the river from the canal. And we had bronze cannon from Berkeley Castle.
So here is one of the stops on the Woollen Trail, which apparently is a walk you can do from Exeter that clearly brings you down to the quay, because back in the day they obviously used to make all their woolen produce and bring it down to the quay for it to be shipped off. And it says here, in the 13th century, the Courtenays, Earls of Devon, owned Topsham and other landing places along the River Exe. Earlier, small boats may have made it up the river to Exeter, although ships would have stayed in the estuary. Legend has it that Isabel, Countess of Devon, built a weir across the river below Exeter, stopping the boats and forcing the city merchants to use Topsham Quay and to pay her dues. Very shrewd woman she was there, if that's true. So here we are in what I called earlier the piazza sort of area of the quay, and this is the lovely Rockfish restaurant selling fresh fish each day. And then opposite is the Topsham Brewery, which on a summer's evening is usually packed full of people enjoying a drink from the brewery.
I believe they've got their own distillery in there, haven't they, Deb?
Yes, and there's a bar in there that obviously you can get your drinks, and it's a very popular place in the evenings and weekends. And then there's some boat hire places across the way. In the distance there is the Clip and Climb Centre, the big building. And then to our right is an array of cafes and little eating places. I think one of them is a vegetarian place at the moment. There's plenty of choice in this lovely area.
So it's a great day to spend here, isn't it?
Yes.
It's for you know, for a couple, even if you're on your own, or even a family. I mean, there's lots to do for everyone, and it's a lovely place to come and enjoy a lovely day out. We'd recommend it. Would you recommend it, Deb?
Oh, definitely. This is it's quite surprising how much there is going on in Exeter Quay.
So I hope you enjoy this video that we've done for you, and if you'd like to hit the like button and subscribe, because it really helps us to get our videos out to more and more people who are interested in travel, daily events, and just freedom lifestyle in general. Anything you'd like to say, Deb?
Only take care, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.